Imagine if you're watching the news and some anchor is like, oh, there's a blizzard in Monterey today.
What do you think about that, Cam?
What do you think about that? I think it's great. The fuck you want? Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Poter.
And I'm KarenLee Poter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
strap on,
and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Poter.
And I'm KarenLee Poter.
My wonderful mother. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
We are starting this year with a fucking bang. We're trying to go live on Twitch and YouTube.
And no one mentioned that Mercury is in retrograde.
No one mentioned it. And as a result, it was a botch job.
If you guys like this podcast, please rate this podcast. And
Wait, what?
Give us good reviews because that's how we keep the lights on.
What the fuck? You're just derailing right from the start. This is the first podcast we've recorded all year, and you want to start with that shit?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right.
I just want to say Mercury is in retrograde, so I get a free pass.
All right.
Like today when I tried to print out, it was a little embarrassing because I didn't have enough ink in the printer. So I asked the guys at the front desk of my apartment if they can print out some paperwork for me. I didn't mention that it's like all of our sex questions were on here.
Oh my fucking God.
And I'm like, just don't look at it. Just put it in an envelope and just hand it to me. And then it screwed up 3 times. Mercury's in retrograde. What can I say?
Mercury's in retrograde and the front desk knows that you are now an official sneaky freak.
Well, they've known that for 4 years.
My dear sneaky freaks, this year we are starting off with a fucking bang. You guys know we do a sneaky freak question of the week, and this week is no different.
So we're just going to launch into it because we decided that we're going to throw the volleyball back to you guys.
We said, do you have any burning sex stories or sex questions for us? We kept it broad, see where the conversation would lead.
Right.
And we got a wild variety of questions coming up.
I like that.
You want to start? You want to get into it?
Let's just get into it.
The first one is from Gary, who said, what would you do if you caught someone you know sniffing panties or someone who does? Would you judge them? And Happy New Year, you sexy motherfuckers. Happy New Year to you, Gary, you sexy beast.
You sniffing panty beast.
You sniffing sexy monster, you. What would you do if you saw someone sniffing your panties?
I think I have seen someone sniffing my panties.
You have?
Yeah.
I sniffed my own panties and almost passed out. I don't like seeing myself sniff my panties.
As a digital nomad, for those of you who don't know,
Jesus Christ.
Cam takes these 3 months off.
I've done it once in my life.
Okay, you've done it when you were a kid growing up.
Okay.
Went to overnight camp, went on
yeah, I was doing a lot of work at overnight.
Cross country.
A lot of work on these trips.
But you don't bathe as often as most people.
I bathe a normal amount. When I smell my own underwear, it makes me want to pass out for some reason.
I'll tell you why. Because you don't do wash and you don't buy new clothes.
You don't do wash. Do you ever sniff your own panties? Have you ever sniffed your own panties?
To see if they needed to be washed.
And what is your response?
Sometimes I'll take a sniff and I'm like, okay, wash time.
It's unbelievable how stanky they can become. Isn't it remarkable?
How stanky they could become?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable, Cam. We're all motherfucking freaks.
That's right.
Okay?
That's our response to you, Gary. You want to fucking sniff some panties?
He didn't say if they're male or female panties, by the way.
Who gives a flying fuck whose panties
That's
there?
what I'm saying. So you go sniff away.
Sniff those fucking panties.
Just stick your nose right in there and rub it up and sniff away.
Sniff them? Well, because you only live once. You like the smell
YOLO.
of those panties, you fucking go for it. Me personally, it makes me want to gag. For you, if you're into it, you fucking go for it. I say I would not judge them. I would have maybe a conversation with them afterwards and say, hey, what was that all about?
Well,
but I wouldn't judge.
We were listening to another podcast where she was talking about the same idea about selling panties and then if it's hygienic to have them once you buy them.
Yeah, shout out to Jordan Higgs, host of The Horny Housewife. Love the podcast.
We were enjoying that. And you were saying that, people have like yeast infections and shit like that.
You never know what you're going to get if you buy someone's panties. You don't know when someone gives you panties, what you're going to get.
Well, the idea is not to buy new panties. It's to buy used panties.
They want the smell.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. I think I found a solution for this. I have a very hippie friend named Paulie Boy. He's come on the podcast before. Hashtag bush tails is the question, or is the episode title.
I forgot. He likes bush. He likes the bush.
He's got solutions for everything. He's like a Kramer character, okay?
Yeah.
He convinces me, because I got this itchy asshole.
Are we talking again about your itchy asshole?
This is a public service announcement.
How does it come up over and over again that you have an itchy anus?
It's a public service announcement. Listen to me.
Are you guys aware that he has it?
Listen, I'm telling you,
What?
This guy was swearing by this Pure O3. They sell ozonated oils. So they put, it's like they basically pump oxygen into any type of oil. Sunflower oil is his oil of choice.
Who does this?
Some fucking hippie online. I don't know. It's a whole company that ozonates oil and it makes it hyper oxygenated. And as a result, it has cleaning properties. And I put this shit in my asshole based on his recommendation. And I swear to God, no itching anymore. And it smells like a beautiful summer's day.
How do you know what your asshole smells like?
Because I can smell the ozonated oil in my fingers. It is very pungent. It smells like the ocean. Okay. I highly recommend this. They're not
your
sponsored.
Fingers in your asshole and smelling
I'm
them?
sorry. Sometimes you have to do some medical
behind
shit.
the scenes work.
Yeah,
you did.
Don't worry. Afterwards, I fucking basically burned my fingers off. Anyway,
I just don't even know why you and your friends are always talking about itchy anuses and remedies.
Why not? First of all, when are you always?
This is not the first person that you've talked about your itchy
Because
anus
I'm walking down the street, I feel like I have a knife in my asshole.
Okay, that's not normal.
Well,
and don't tell me a couple ozonators.
Ozone oil, sunflower ozonated oil.
I'm picking up my water now.
Oh, Jesus, here she goes. All right. Well, anyway, do you have any other words for Gary about, what would you do if you caught someone, sniffing panties?
I know someone who, I told you this before, that the guy liked to get into the woman's panties while she was in it. Now, how does that even work?
I'm not sure how it works.
But I don't judge
those
them
are very
either.
stretchy panties because I feel like they might, rip otherwise if it's not so stretchy. Listen, if you're tuning in live on YouTube or Twitch, right, or Instagram, TikTok, where the fuck you are tuning in live.
With Captain Sandy.
If you got a question for us that you want to answer, just shoot it our way. We'll answer it on the show.
Well, someone asked a question.
Yeah, what is it?
Are you guys real?
We're the fucking realists.
We're robots.
We're the fucking realest motherfuckers out there.
Well, I know you only see me, and I'm sorry for that. If you are on YouTube, you'd see both of us. But TikTokers, I know you only see me, and I apologize in advance for allowing this to occur.
We are real, and we are so real that...
we are real?
Yeah.
We're the real deal.
The real deal. All right, next question. You ready for this? We got a question over here from Tracy. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Tracy says, I have a question, but I also would like to correct KarenLee from last week's episode where she thought I was from London because I said cheeky. I was dying laughing. I have lived in the U.S. all my life. I wish I had lived in London. Okay, so do you have a redaction?
Well, I didn't hear her voice.
But you saw cheeky and you made some assumptions.
Who says cheeky?
A cheeky person says cheeky.
I'm going to now start saying cheeky.
You are cheeky, mom.
I just heard of chachi or choo-choo or what was
I don't know. Chuggy, some shit. I don't know what the fuck that meant.
People are always educating me on new words, but cheeky sounds very British to me.
Anyways, she goes on to say, my question is, how awkward or weird is it the first time you have sex with someone? Not your virginity, but just regular sex. Is it just me that feels awkward? Okay, so do you have a response to that?
Oh, I know my response is not going to be the same as yours.
Okay.
You have to really be comfortable with your own body before you can get into bed with someone for the first time, especially.
Okay.
So I say it is awkward, but if you become get an expertise in your body, it will not be awkward.
Was that always the case for you? That it was not an awkward thing?
I got to say that I was married for 24 years.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really that, it wasn't awkward for
But
me.
after you got back in the dating
game. And then when I
game,
got back into the
around?
singles life, I just thought it was going to be just makeout sessions.
Right. But you weren't.
So that's what I would say to that. What was her name again? The cheeky
Tracy.
girl? Tracy.
Cheeky Tracy.
Just do make out for the first couple of times, or maybe go around to the first or even the second base, and I don't know what the third
base is.
What the third base is, but you don't. It doesn't have to be awkward if you've done a lot of it's almost like scuba diving. You don't dive into the ocean without doing some pool work. So I would suggest taking it very freaking slow.
So what would you say for what do you think my response is going to be?
Sex is always awkward.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, you're Mr. Smooth?
How many times have we discussed that I'm a smooth criminal?
I forgot you're the smooth criminal. I forgot. Did you guys know he was a smooth criminal?
It's never awkward for me because it takes about 20 dates before we're having sex. And by that point, we're ready to marry each other. It's not awkward. It's not awkward for me.
So you're saying the same thing I did.
Yeah,
You basically stole my answer.
I stole your answer. What the fuck?
I came up with that. And
You didn't
decided,
fucking come up with that.
So you're saying that if you have 25 dates, it's not going to be awkward? It still would probably be awkward if I know you.
No. It's because I really have to trust someone if I'm going to have sex with them. And if by the time I really trust someone, it's not going to be awkward. At that point...
What about when you did one night stands? Also,
you're right. Like if you're fucking blowing each other, if you're fucking doing all sorts of shit, that's not. I mean, that's the lead up. It's not gonna be awkward after that. You know.
You know what
it's
I heard?
So dissimilar.
I was listening to a podcast. I don't remember which one. It might not even have been a podcast. It might have been something else. But they were talking. Oh no, it was a podcast, and they were talking. What was that one that you turned me on to?
The Huberman Lab?
No, it wasn't the Huberman Lab.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It was two guys.
I've literally have no clue what you're talking about. Oh, Rhett and Link?
Yeah, I was listening to their...
Magical Mythical Morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was listening to their podcast. And now how did I get on that subject?
I have no clue. Sometimes you're talking and it's like a train that's going complete opposite direction of where the conversation was going.
When we were talking about awkward, sensations.
Awkward sensations?
Yeah, awkward experiences.
I don't know.
It was right there on the tip of my tongue. If I think of it, I'll let you guys know later.
I think we need like maybe like a sound, like a bell or like a scoreboard and tally the amount of times that you completely derail the conversation.
I'm sorry.
It's really remarkable.
Well, I got confused because I was trying to remember what we were talking about. And then I went right into, well, where did I hear that? And then I thought, oh, well, now I remember where I heard it. But now what was the conversation about?
This is how I feel when I'm stoned.
That's how I am year round.
That's what I'm thinking.
This is what it's like.
This is what it's like.
This is what it's like to be me.
Well, I got a question for you. Wait, hold on. We have a comment here from Deirdre who says, a clown, a mime, a livable hypochondriac, and a smooth criminal. I'm with Mom. Who knew?
Oh, no, Deirdre. That is 100% Cam right there.
And that's a pretty good...
and by the way, he loves hearing that. He's smiling.
I love hearing that I'm a livable hypochondriac.
A lovable.
This says livable.
She meant lovable.
I picture this as someone who's barely living. He's just getting by.
Livable.
Sometimes I feel that way. This is a question for you.
Wait, what was the question that we were answering before?
We were fucking answering if it's awkward to have sex.
Right, that's what it was.
Jesus Christ. Mom.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right, moving on.
We got Ray. Our fave Ray. Ray, the new mother.
Oh, congratulations.
Hi, Cam and Mom. That's you.
That's me.
Wondering if Mom could tell us how to keep the spice alive after kids. Love you both. XOXOXO Ray.
Well, let me just say, having sex once a month might help.
Okay. So
no, I told you in a prior episode that kids are definitely a sex block.
A cock block, a clam jam.
A clam jam. Yeah.
So what do?
You light a candle. No. First of all, I think you can have a date night.
Okay.
You got to have a date night. You got to have, but the problem is if you have like a babysitter come to your house, what are you going to do? Go in the other room?
Yeah, you can't.
But if you got a newborn baby, you don't want anybody sucking at you and licking you.
We got a little sound effect over here.
You agree, Joseph, you agree with me. When you have a baby, it's going to be a little bit distracting.
Well, you got to give her something.
Okay.
She's just had a kid. Get her in the back in the sack.
but massage. Both of you guys could use a massage. 100%.
A professional massage or massage each other?
Oh, yeah. I was going to tell you about my massage.
Mom.
I don't mean to derail, but
You're derailing.
Okay.
You can't
get a professional massage.
You get a professional massage and then you can fuck afterwards?
Yeah.
Basically, you just got to figure out a way to relax.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think all these things. Go on a nice romantic date with each other. Get a babysitter if you can. Put the kid outside for a second.
Throw the kid out in the snow.
Yes.
Wait, does that remind you of the movie we just saw when they had a date?
What date? What?
You don't remember that? We saw a movie.
Man Called Otto?
Man Called Otto.
Yeah, I cried my eyes out.
It was so precious when you cried.
What the fuck?
It's not typical that a man is so openly.
You try watching that movie, not crying. It's one of the most heart-wrenching movies I've ever seen.
Your brother and his girlfriend got up in the middle of it and walked out.
They had plans, Mom.
I know, but how do you walk out when it's such a good movie?
And what's the point of what was the scene that you're talking about?
They went on a date. That she was pregnant. They went on a date. They were all lovey-dovey when they came back from the date. You were too busy crying to see it.
I don't remember this at all.
They had a date night and they got very romantic. She was pregnant and where were you? Were you?
I probably was crying.
Your tears were flooding your eyes and you couldn't see them.
I honestly have no recollection of that date.
Are you kidding me?
Are you making up scenes right now? The only date I remember is he asked her about
He babysat. Remember?
Oh. You're not talking about Otto. You're talking about the other couple.
No, why would I be talking about Otto?
Wait, so we don't see them on the
spoilers.
We didn't see them on the date?
You see them on the way home from the date.
Yeah, basically
they were very romantic with each other.
That was it?
Yes.
I wasn't crying during that portion. You just blew up this portion. You did some serious projecting in that moment. There was like literally not even like a few frames where you see them come in the door.
Well, she looked a lot better than she did usually.
You're unbelievable. All
right, but no spoiler alerts. You guys go see the show.
Mom,
it was a good movie.
It's literally not a spoiler because it's such an unforgettable moment in the whole movie. Of all the moments.
Why do you think it was for me, it was meaningful.
Okay. Uber Lube to save the day.
If you're going to do it, don't do it off key.
What do you mean off key? Like
Uber
you know
Lube.
that this is a song that you sing regularly?
Yes, I sing it regularly because this is my favorite lube. And I got to tell you something. This is a true story. A friend of mine had never really used lube. And she is very, very, her nether regions are very tight. Okay?
Okay.
It's always been very painful.
How do you know her nether regions?
She told me this.
Okay.
She said she just happens to have tight nether regions.
Okay.
She said, I gave her some Uber Lube. Yeah. Game changer. It's the first time that she didn't have any pain. She said it was like a slippery slope. She felt really good. And she was the partner who was very, on the larger side.
Holy shit.
So she is the testimonial for Uber Lube.
Folks, you heard it here first. If you have any difficulty with getting a little wetness down there, even if you get wet easily, there's nothing better than a little lubrication. And our go-to is Uber Lube. It's a high-grade silicone lubricant made with just silicone and a little vitamin E. That vitamin E leaves a nice velvety finish. It will just go on your skin, make a nice, beautiful layer. It's not this gunky shit. It smells delicious.
And you know what? It doesn't smell like anything. That's what makes it so delicious. There's no smell. There's no taste. It's good for oral, anal, vaginal penetration. It's good for everything.
Right now, you can get 10% off and free shipping. Just go to Uberlube. That's UBERLUBE.com. Use code SNEAKY, SNEAKY. You'll get 10% off and free shipping. That's uberlube.com. Use code SNEAKY. The link is in our episode's description. Yeah.
And I would like to say something about that.
What?
In reference to the massage.
Okay.
It may seem like I'm derailing, but I'm not.
Okay. Well, this might be derailing number 3.
Okay. Let me tell you something. I've had a guy that came to my house to give me a massage.
Okay.
First of all, would you be jealous if your wife or girlfriend got a massage from a guy?
No.
I know. Didn't we hear that recently, that someone would be jealous? Okay.
I don't know. That's nuts.
All right. But what I didn't realize is that you should not eat lentil soup and then have soy chicken nuggets right before a massage.
Oh, my fucking God.
Do you know why? Joseph, do you know why you should not? Why are you nodding?
Everyone knows why, Mother.
Because I had so much gas. Oh my God. I was in pain and I didn't know what to do because, I can't get up in the middle. As you get
just
older, it's
farted
harder
in
and
front of
harder
this
to
guy?
get up off a table. It took me like 10 minutes just to lay down on the table.
You just fuffing off the place in front of this guy?
I had little tiny, slippy little farts were coming through.
Dude,
They
audible?
were not audible. But I don't, luckily he was wearing a mask, so maybe he didn't smell it.
There's no chance.
But the more you try to hold those ass cheeks together, the more it's like birds that
my
are slipping
fucking
out.
God.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Don't ever do that. Hello, what are you talking about? Someone just asked.
Okay.
We're talking about farting during massages. I did not know this could happen.
It definitely can happen.
The
whole time when
was
I'm getting
so
a massage,
upsetting.
I'm thinking about farting, coming, pissing.
Pissing,
Any
urinating.
excrement.
I understand the pissing part because I can barely go a half hour without going to the bathroom. I may have to go in a few minutes, by the way.
No, Mom, come on.
Kidding, Joseph. Joseph just looked up and don't you dare even think of it on that.
Please, for the love of God,
Okay,
I'm with him.
I'm not going to have to go to the bathroom, but I just want to say that there should be a rule book before you go. It's almost like before you're preparing for anal.
You have to go piss before?
No, you got to take an enema before or something.
Jesus Christ.
So that you're all cleaned out.
You're the only person who needs to take an enema before going and getting a massage. She's scared of shitting on the masseuse.
The poor guy didn't say a word. And he wished me a Happy New Year, so I'm assuming he's not holding a grudge.
I don't think he's holding a grudge because you were
How would you
farty.
feel if he's massaging my foot and all of a sudden he gets a waft of some...
It wouldn't turn me on, I'll tell you that much.
Well, I don't think he was turned on.
Oh my God. I feel like if I were a masseur, I would get turned on every time I get a massage.
What if it's like a 500-pound guy that was not attractive?
I probably wouldn't get turned on.
Okay, but anything else is fair game?
Yeah, 400 pounds probably.
You'd
I'd be
be
down.
down for it. Okay.
Anyway, Jay says, what sexual desire haven't you shared with your partner to spare their feelings?
Assuming there is something?
I guess so. I have nothing for this, honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a game between me and my boyfriend.
It's to what? Who can be freakier?
Yeah, we can say the craziest things. We have when you're with someone with ADHD, and we talked about this last week on the podcast, because a girl was saying how she has ADHD, her husband doesn't even know it, but that she has a hard time focusing when she's in the bedroom. When you got two people with ADHD, you're bouncing all over the place like ping pong balls.
Jesus
And you
Christ.
can pretty much say anything and the other person will accept it because we have ADHD.
Unbelievable.
So there's not a lot I don't share. I think I would not share like someone I truly was attracted to in real life. Like I'll tell him, oh, he's constantly telling me he's got a crush on our old therapist. I mean, there's no holds barred. But I personally wouldn't tell him just because when we're outside the bedroom, then he'd be like, oh, so you had a crush on my friend so and so.
You think he'd hold it against you?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Jay, I wish I had a better answer for you, but unfortunately, I don't have a partner long enough to spare them of anything. Usually,
That's a bullshit answer.
Why?
You don't have a partner. You still could have feelings like what if you just like had a crush on her twin sister?
No. Usually, if I have a partner, it's fucking they're fully engrossing my attention.
That brings me up to, brings about another question I had.
Yeah.
Someone on my TikTok, when I was saying how older women, younger men, that whole thing is very sexy, someone goes, yeah, young guys with older women, they're thinking about younger women while they're having sex with older women.
Not true.
Not true.
No way.
And I'm thinking, I know what Cam would say. I'm focusing on that person.
Absolutely.
Right. But there are people that most of the people agree with you. Like, are you fucking kidding me? If I'm with someone, I'm not going to be thinking about
I don't know
someone
what
else.
this obsession with the younger people is. Come on. I think that's passe.
Yeah, somebody did. Another guy on TikTok talked about that, and it was an interesting. I thought it was an interesting. I should have sent it to you. He was talking about how when you're 40-something years old and you're with a 25-year-old, you're still the guys that are like that are more successful, maybe financially, but they're still 25 years old trying to get over the need to be with a hot girl in their 20s. What do you think about that?
I don't know what to make of that. Some people just prefer younger people. I think that's fine. Some of the shit you send me on TikTok does not need to be sent, by the way.
Like what?
You sent me this clip of Prince She's flirting with this camera.
First of all, I don't see how you said Prince was flirting. He was not flirting. He was just trying to get her to sing one of his songs.
The whole clip, he's trying to get her to sing the song, and she doesn't sing it. Well, why do you need to share that with me?
I just thought you'd like it. I thought it was interesting.
0.
Well, then don't listen to my suggestions in the future. We were actually New Year's Eve watching YouTube videos on New Year's. We just went from apartment to...
What was your New Year's like?
My New Year's was like being in a fraternity or a sorority house.
In your building?
Or a dorm, yeah. We just went from apartment to apartment.
You had a progressive.
We started out really early because one of the couples that came to our place had a baby. And so the night started out way too early. I didn't intend to start drinking champagne at 7 o'clock.
Wow. Oh, yeah. You got to wait. Did you wait up till midnight?
I stayed up till midnight somehow. I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
It was just alcohol?
Oh, as opposed to me doing the cocaine or something?
Yeah, or weed or whatever.
No, it was just straight up alcohol. I can't say the same for my boyfriend, but he was, of course, smoking weed. So I don't like sharing weed with anybody. It's like you can not only can you get herpes and all the rest, but now you got to worry about getting COVID or RSV or whatever whatever the disease of du jour.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of sharing glasses or anything mouth to mouth.
I know.
Not a huge fan.
I preempted it by telling Dee's my boyfriend. I said, don't share. He loves to share. Don't share your weed with anybody. Okay. What do you think? I see him on the balcony. I go, what the hell's going on?
It's a communal thing.
I don't like communal things. Okay. You know what I did? I sent him a picture of someone with herpes.
Why?
And I just wanted him to be aware that he can contract herpes.
You're doing a lot of herpes shaming right now, Mom, and I don't think that's appropriate.
Well, I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just saying that I don't approve of sharing any kind of stuff, and he should not have shared.
All right.
But that being said, we had a fun New Year's with a bunch of people I didn't know and some people I did know. We were going house to house. We ended up at a party downstairs, which had a ton of people smashed in on the dance floor.
Did you get nervous about COVID?
Of course I did. I walked through and thought, this is COVID Central. I'm out of here. It's too loud. I'm out of here.
I went to a huge warehouse party. I was exposed to COVID nonstop.
Let's hear about that party.
I went to... Well, I had a few options. I could go to a clown party, a bunch of clowns, or I can go to a sex-positive party.
Oh,
and I chose sex-positive party.
And how was your party? Let's just keep it as S party and not say any terms.
Why?
Because some people on the platforms don't like to hear that word.
Fuck that. We'll get kicked off of TikTok. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't give a fuck. I went to a sex party. It was supposed to be a sex party. I got there and, well, first of all, the theme is no pants. Okay? So I had to find a costume.
Does that mean no underpants?
No, you can wear underpants, although most people were like in lingerie.
Okay. So it's no worse than going to the pool at my building.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
As a matter of fact, it's more scant at my building than it is at that party.
That's actually correct. But you have to be creative with this thing. You can't just show up just wearing normal clothes without pants on. You know?
I actually put a video I took of you just deciding on which apron to wear.
I decided I was going to go as a chef and wear a chef's hat with an apron with a spatula.
Was there anyone there?
Ladle.
Was it supposed to be a costume party?
There was one other guy dressed in full drag in a little devil's latex red costume.
But that was it. Out of how many people were there?
I mean, there were a lot of other people in lingerie and shit.
So there was like 100 people and only one chef.
In fact, I was the one chef, and then the devil's guy actually found me in the middle of the party. The night is going. So you changed
the sex positive party into a clown party.
I'm gonna bring the clown wherever I go. I brought the chef outfit, and the devil found me in the middle of the party, and he looks at my ladle and he goes, "Oh, I need this. I need to snort something off this." And he takes my ladle, starts putting some powder or some shit on there, and starts snorting away. And then he gives it back to me, and it's all sticky. The fuck is that?
Did you take it and put it on your lips?
I started thinking of it. It's kind of going on my fingers. I had to actually touch my eye. Next thing you know, I'm going to get fucking, I don't know what the hell drug this is.
You got freaked out?
I did. I made a conscious effort not to touch it.
Why didn't you just go to the bathroom and wash it out?
The bathroom, very long line. I was in the bathroom. My friend and I were going to the bathroom. I see a cute girl. I said, "You want to come to the bathroom with us?" thinking she's going to come to the bathroom. She's waiting in line. We're having a good time. We get to the front, and she wants to come in there with us. And I go, what do you mean you're coming in there? She goes, I thought we were going to do some fun drugs.
Oh,
And
my
what do you mean
God.
we're doing fun drugs? I was about to take a piss right now. She's like, I don't want to take a piss. I've been waiting 15 minutes with you. It was a misfire.
What do you think you're at Studio 54 or something?
There was a lot of drug. I met an 80-year-old man there named Lucky.
Of course you did.
He is, I mean, if I could be like him at 80.
He's like
not wearing a shirt.
Is he like Tom the Elder Statesman?
He's like Tom the Elder Statesman. He's wearing only American flag underwear with a cowboy hat on and sunglasses.
He's right out of like Times Square, New York.
Yeah, he was adorable. He had a lot of energy. He had stories.
So you
for
found
days.
an 80-year-old and you found some guy that's you're snorting shit out.
Yeah, and I got this weird ass. It looks like a hickey, and it's like a temporary tattoo right here.
What?
It's a butterfly. What do you think of that?
Who gave you a butterfly?
Some random fucking girl with the tattoos. I don't know.
Why a butterfly?
I don't know. This is what she had.
Joseph
It
would
looks
like to
it looks
see a
it looks
butterfly.
shitty. It looks
Can
like
you
someone
show
just
the
bit
people
my
here?
arm.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, there it is. I don't know if you can see it. All right, I think that was about it. I brought.
Wait, hold on a second.
By the way, I have some suggestions. If
What?
anyone was curious about what to bring to a sex positive party, I
What?
really took a lot of thought and I came up with a list. You want to hear?
Yes.
Okay, water bottle. Obviously,
They don't serve drinks there?
no reusable cups. Very hippie. So you got to bring your own water bottle.
Okay.
Number 2, alcoholic kombucha. I love that shit.
You
Big fan.
drank alcohol?
Alcoholic kombucha, yeah. Love that shit. Gets me up and down. It's great.
Oh my God.
Non-expired foreign condoms.
What does that mean?
All of my condoms were expired except I had 2 from Mexico from a year or 2 ago that weren't expired yet. I don't even know if there was a regulation. We're going to see how that goes.
So
Don't worry, I didn't fucking use them.
are these condoms from like when you were in high school and you went to Puerto Vallarta and you
I
bought
think they're
like
from
4
college and they're given to me for free.
College? How many years ago was that?
10. Well, those were the expired ones.
10 years ago?
Yep.
Why did you have been a digital nomad. Why did the
didn't-
expired condoms make it all the way through?
I didn't see that they were expired at the time. Bring earplugs.
Earplugs.
The music might be very loud. I brought a back scratcher. People like to be scratched.
You brought a back scratcher.
Yep. Scones. There might be no better treat at the end of the night than a nice blueberry scone.
I like that idea. I would go for one right now.
You can bring a little microdose.com gummy.
Did
Highly
you eat it?
recommend.
Did you do it?
No, I was too fucked up from the two kombuchas that I had. But microdose.com, use code MOM. You'll get 30% off.
I love that stuff.
I fucking love that shit. And a mask, because you probably are going to get COVID at this party. That's what I brought in my little donut bag to the sex party.
Hold on. Nobody was wearing masks.
No one was wearing masks and no one was fucking. It was a sex party. They had a whole intimacy room. They had all these different little rooms. It looked like a crack den. And no one's fucking in any of this. I was floored.
I mean, I think I saw more at that sex expo that we went to than this.
Well, there was an area with BDSM. People were getting all tied up and shit.
I know, but still, that's not really, that's more like dominance. It's like,
I was expecting, but I guess this is a
So
sex
you were not
positive party.
you
It's
were
more like a
not-
Burning Man party. It's not really like we're going to fuck like an orgy
so
party.
you were not walking around turned on.
I was 0 turned on the whole night. Not turned on whatsoever.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a wonderful way to start the year.
Maybe it's the way in because Mercury's in retrograde now, it's time to start revving it up.
You want me to? Yeah, you asked me today. Are you dating? You should
I want to
start
know
dating.
if you should start dating.
Of course, I'm constantly dating. Nothing is ever happening. All right, Mom, is it time for?
You two are the best. Love from Canada.
Thank you, Mom. Is it time for hit on or shit on?
Yes, it's hit on or shit on time. This is a section of our show where we decide whether someone wrote something that was a hit on or a shit on.
Yeah, do you have something for us this week?
I think yes, I did. I thought this was an interesting, because I wasn't really sure if this was a hit on or a shit on.
The rustling has got to go.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm looking for the page with the.
The podcast listeners are gonna be like, "What's going on? Is it a windstorm over there?"
Okay, sorry about that, guys. You want to read it?
After all the shuffling, no, you can read it.
Okay. I'm just going to use anonymous name. Well,
His name is
it's
Dustin.
Dustin. Okay. Dustin, I just want people to know I don't know who Dustin is.
Okay.
Sends me this message. Hi, I am 41 and love mature women 10 to 25 years older
That's your age.
than me. Okay, let's discuss that. Why is he telling me this?
Because he knows that you're a mature woman and you're in his age bracket that he's interested in.
But I don't know him.
Okay.
Okay. I have a high sex drive. Let's unpack that.
He has a high sex drive.
Why is he telling me that?
He wants to fuck you.
True. Am well educated. Why is he telling me that?
You think that's a selling point?
Okay. What type of education is he referring to? Like sex educated? Or?
No, I think he went to university or something. Who knows?
Okay. He's clean.
Nice.
He has to tell me that.
Of course. You like clean people. These are I fully support this guy
And
so far.
He's a non-smoker.
And that's maybe the best selling point in my opinion.
He did not
You don't have
differentiate
to
whether
worry
or
about
not,
lung cancer for him.
but he did not state whether or not he is a weed smoker.
He should have. That's what he should have done.
not.
He said weed, no nicotine, and then he maybe would have ended up in your bedroom.
Because of the weed?
Maybe.
Now, if he said Quaalude user,
He says, if you want to get to know me better, I would be happy to hear from you. And then it says, does the submission look like spam? Reported here. Did you report it?
no, but it's not spam. It was, it was well thought out. It did seem, well, do you think it's a hit on or a shit on?
It's a hit on, Mom. Are you fucking kidding me? He's trying to sell himself nonstop to you.
All right.
If someone sent me that, I would be out of my mind.
What would you do?
I'd fucking respond. Excuse me, where are you?
You're that easy.
Yeah, I'm that easy.
TikTokers.
I think sounds like a good guy. What, Mom? We're getting distracted over here.
Okay. All right.
You want to go into Mom's news?
Mom's news.
Mom's news.
Mom's news.
Mom's news is a segment of the show where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info. What do we got this week, Mother?
I need to use the
Mom was in charge of printing out all the papers this week.
It was not my fault. Okay.
Somehow,
I tried.
we have yet. She's always in charge of printing out the papers. We have yet to get a full set script together.
That is not true. And I told you Mercury's in retrograde. I get a pass. And I tried 3 different times emailing this to myself. It just didn't work. Well, anyway, so I was able to get one copy printed out. And I thought this was super important and very relevant. It's about fetishes. We might not admit it, but we might not even know it yet. But most of us have one special thing that really gets us going in the bedroom.
Is this news or a poem? What the fuck is this?
It's news. Okay. I just thought you'd like to know about erotic statistics that are your thing. Check these points out first. Are you ready?
Okay.
What do you think the most Googled fetish is in Idaho?
Stepmom.
No.
Stepson.
Erotic electrostimulation.
Oh, really?
I wonder what goes on in Idaho. Your sister loved that state.
You think she's into electrostimulation?
She liked it when she was in 5th grade. I don't think she knew what erotic electrostimulation. And I get electrostimulation on my neck
What?
when I go to physical therapy. So I don't know where I don't know where they're doing this in Idaho, but I think
They're doing it on their dicks and vulva. What do you mean where
I
they're
think
doing
it sounds awesome. All right. Well, what do you think about that?
I think it's lovely.
Okay.
The fuck? What do I think about that?
Now this I knew. I knew this one. And what do you think the most having a fetish for feet is the most common fetish in the world?
Okay.
Okay. What do you think about that?
What is it? What is this? What do you think about that? What is that?
I just thought
You're supposed to be reporting news.
I'm reporting
Imagine if you're
news.
watching the news and some anchor is like, "Oh, there's a blizzard in Monterey today."
What do you think about that, Cam?
What do you think about that? I think it's great. What the fuck you want? I'm so happy that the foot fetish is so popular.
Well, what do you think balloon fetishes are called?
I have no clue.
Looners. They enjoy
Looners.
inflating and popping balloons for sexual pleasure.
Oh,
I could see you as a clown.
you think I'm a lunar?
You're a looner. And so is that crazy ass
that's-
clown friend of yours who recommended that anus itchy cream.
You think we're both getting all horned up, just popping these balloons?
I guess so. Now, what about 1 in 50 Australians said that they had been engaged in BDSM activities in the past year from 2001 to 2002? Apparently, this is not new news. Or maybe this is just
Hold on. 2001 to 2002?
Yes.
Mom, we just entered 2023.
I understand that, but this statistic was
We're
from
talking 12 years ago.
a Swedish
And
study
what
found
is this fucking news? Where was it even from?
It was from. It should be somewhere down in.
Mom, Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm just going to skip ahead. And I knew this. A Swedish study found that over 1 in 10 of respondents were aroused by either exhibitionist or voyeuristic sexual behavior. Those Swedes like it.
The Swedes like it.
I think I was Swedish in a prior life. A study in Quebec found that more than half of men, 53.5%, fantasize about being dominated. All right, I'm almost done. According to one survey, 89% of people have fantasized about some form of group sex. Have you fantasized about group sex?
No. Can I have the papers back?
And the one left is cross-dressing is not indicative of a fetishist disorder.
Why is it that your segment takes 20 minutes?
It wasn't 20 minutes. It was a few
It's
minutes.
not news, and it takes
few
way
minutes.
longer than it should.
If you guys enjoyed that, please let us know on TikTok and YouTube, wherever you're watching it right now. I want to know if anybody, I think we have 3 people watching us on Sex Talk with My Mom TikTok.
Mom.
TikTok.
Mom, we're coming to the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with the best segment of the show.
No.
Yeah, it's the segment of the show that gets the tingles down in your nether regions.
Electrostimulation going on in Idaho.
The type of the type of segment that gets your titties the feeling of electrostimulation.
You like that idea?
I do love that. It's Cam's Uppers.
Cam's Uppers is the place for me. Fun living is a life I see.
It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where I share something near and dear to my heart, something that my mother typically finds
boring
or
fun,
really, or
clown-like.
Clown-like. It's Cam's Uppers. Mom, I was thinking we just passed the new year. We should talk about resolutions. I know some people, this is a very controversial thing to do, talk about
Really?
resolutions.
Who said that?
I don't know. People are always like, they have this wonderful take, which is, oh, well, we're not going to hold them. So why should we should we have resolutions? Fuck it. Just make a fucking resolution. Who cares?
Is that the
One
same?
fucking day of the
are
year,
they
just say, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And you don't do it. Who gives a fuck? Just say it. So you have any resolutions?
Yeah, I did. I actually I went around the horn, as you put it, in our room, and we talked about resolutions.
Oh, I love
in
that.
one of the apartments I was in with people that I had never met before. I want to have fun this year.
You want to have fun? This echoes mine, which is ask myself, can I be a little more playful in this situation?
You had the same as me?
It's not exactly the same. I'm specifically looking for play. You're looking
I
for
said
fun.
fun. What's the difference between play and fun?
There's a difference there.
What?
Play is like you're entering the situation with a little like, oh, mischief, or like, oh, there's a little twinkle in my eye.
A little mischief?
A little twinkle in my eye. A little tingle in my tits.
You have to be, you go to Idaho, will you please?
I'm thinking to myself, I'm working, how can I get a little more electrostimulation in my tits going on right now?
Go to Idaho.
That's the whole goal.
Or go to my physical therapist and tell him you got pains in your tits.
Can you set me up with that electrostimulator?
Electrostimulate those nipples?
Yes. What do you think people are electrostimulating?
Well, I know I get it on my upper shoulder.
No, I know where you're fucking putting the fucking electrostimulation. I'm talking about it for a sexual thing.
I would think they can put it down where the sun don't shine.
My God.
Do you want it on your asshole?
No, right now my asshole is completely off limits. The only thing that goes in there is sunflower oil. Ozonated sunflower oil.
Ozonated sunflower oil.
All right, that's Cam's Uppers.
Oh, thank you for that.
I hope it inspires people to live a little more playfully. Why not? You're going to die one day.
I know.
It always comes
have
down
to
to
remind
that.
me of that death again. Jesus.
All right. Thank you guys all
Thank
for
you.
listening, for tuning in. We're going to try to continue to go live this year. We'll see how it goes.
We had so many people on TikTok here. It's amazing.
All right. I want to
You know
thank
how many
all of
people
our
we got? 3.
We want to thank all of our Sneaky Freak patrons for keeping our lights on, for allowing us to record in this beautiful studio with this sound, this beautiful sound.
It's a new year. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom. Join us because then you're part of our sneaky little family.
We love our Sneaky family. We do a monthly Zoom with them. By the time this airs, we'll probably have just done one.
I also volunteered to put a video of myself peeing in the water of...
You did do that. Are you going to put that up there?
I still haven't put that video up because I was kind of embarrassed with it. But if you really want to see it, you got to join it.
Who is wanting to see that?
Because it's funny.
Okay. It's you pissing in the water. All right.
I can't think of anything funnier than that.
I want to be a big thank you to our editor, Dale, to Joseph and Joelle at Dr. Self Tapes, to all of you Sneaky Freak listeners. Thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful and joyous new year ahead.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you guys all have great vibes going.
If you
have some fun.
If you enjoy this, please do us a favor, share it with a friend, rate and review it wherever you're listening to it to this. It really helps us out. And Mom, with that, you want to sing them out?
Oh boy. And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having your titties electrostimulated.
Wow. Having your titties electrostimulated.
That worked, didn't it, Joseph?
Totally.
He's
it was
nodding.
a slamming success.
He's like, I'm so happy they're done. I don't want to hear this shit anymore.
It's the end.
You were listening to a Pleasure Podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.